Welcome. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about turmeric and estrogen. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the spices we know as turmeric. There's so many great studies and it has so many medical benefits, but there's a lot of information or talk about its effect on estrogen, particularly if you're someone who is taking estrogen from a menopause hormonal treatment or HRT, however you want to call it. So let's talk about turmeric as just in general, and then I'm going to break it down a little bit of how you can still use it, but definitely in making sure that you're using it in the right way if you are taking hormones. So welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Angela Warburton. I'm an Eastern medicine practitioner by training and been practicing in the clinic for 25 years. I always pull an Eastern medicine holistic approach to midlife and menopause, but I always say that use the science and the soul as well. So it's really bringing this holistic approach to understanding your body, working with natural medicine, but understanding the science behind it and then also how to apply it to daily life. So I am here to help women transform and through this powerful and beautiful portal of menopause and midlife and support you in every way I can. I do this for my training, but also I am a midlife woman and I know what it's like and I know all the information that's out there. And it's a powerful time, but it can be really challenging. So I'm here to make it a little easier and help you live your best life. So welcome. Okay, so turmeric is an amazing spice. We use it in therapeutically in herbal medicine, in traditional Chinese medicine, herbal medicine. It is the primary component of turmeric is curcumin. So a lot of times it's a polyphenol, it's an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, hormone modulating component. If you're buying it in the health food store, you'll often see it as curcumin. You can also buy turmeric, but turmeric is a spice that we use through cooking, and we've used it in multiple cultures, and so it's incredibly powerful and great for health. So let's just talk about its effects on estrogen and estrogen metabolism. So turmeric is really helpful for liver detoxification, and it supports liver function, which is vital for estrogen metabolism. So estrogen is processed in and through the liver through two main detoxification phases. It can help clear out excess estrogen, but we also have to, in order to have healthy hormones, it's the food that we eat needs to go through the gut to put it in a bioavailable form. The liver has to activate it and then it goes out into our system and then it gets locked on to our receptors in the body. So there's multiple phases to having healthy hormones. And then there's all kinds of cascade if we're living in stress or not and all those extra things. So curcumin has a sort of regulating or modulating effect on the estrogen receptors. So it can actually mimic estrogen on certain tissues and it can block effects on others. So this can be beneficial for managing estrogen dominant conditions, like if someone's got endometriosis or fibroids, they have too much estrogen in their system. When you have something that acts like a phytoestrogen or this sort of it has this component or ability to go on, if this is the receptor, kind of takes up space. So that means that the other floating around estrogen doesn't have as much ability to lock on. So that means it can help to balance if you have extra estrogen. And it inhibits aromatase, which is an enzyme that converts androgens into estrogens. I'm not going to get too much into this because this is more of the Western. I'm a little more the Eastern, but just so you know. And so, but just so you know that there are studies that show turmeric can influence estrogen metabolism by promoting the formation of protective estrogen over potentially harmful ones. So that can be really helpful with reducing things like breast cancer risk. Cultures that eat a lot of turmeric naturally in their food have some of these natural benefits. In Eastern medicine, we look at turmeric as we look at food, all food as having properties as well as the nutritional value. So in Eastern medicine, turmeric is considered warm and bitter, and it promotes qi or energy circulation in the body. So anyone who's got blocked energy, we say it breaks up blood stasis. So think of it like an internal log jam. There's a blocked energy, right? Traffic jam in your body. And when there's a stasis or this blocked energy, it can show up in pain. It can show up in congestion. It can show up in masses. tumors, cysts, things like that. And so turmeric helps to break up that stagnation, particularly in the liver system. So there can be our functional liver, it can help to move that energy, but also liver system, which is more than just the function of the liver. It shows up in chronic PMS, menstrual pain, hormonal balance. It shows up with irritability. It shows up if you've got chronic tension headaches, tightness in your shoulders, flank pain. If you're someone who's always like, sighing all the time. I don't know if you ever worked beside someone like that or if that's you. That's a sign of the body trying to like move energy. It's usually a sign we'd say a liver chi stagnation, which is often linked to stress. This is particularly common in midlife. A lot of women in midlife transitions show up with a lot of irritability, agitation, often because we need to have some different boundaries and something different is called from us. But if we're still in that transition, it can be like, can be really irritating. So turmeric can really help to move that energy. And so it's got this detoxifying effect too. So, and we say it's an anti-cancer property as well. So that can be all positive, especially if we're eating it in the whole food form. But when we're using it in more of a therapeutic dose or in high doses, it can actually modulate estrogen metabolism. So this activity, this anti-aromatase activity can influence the liver enzymes and may impact how synthetic or bioidentical estrogens are processed. So this can sometimes make it have more of an imbalance in that. It can also reduce, because it's facilitating more of a faster flow through the liver, it can reduce the effectiveness of HRT. So it can amplify or dampen the effects of it. So if you're relying on a woman who's just using HRT and then you're taking, if you're using HRT for things like hot flashes or vaginal dryness, and you're taking a lot of curcumin or turmeric, it might make that less effective. It also has a turmeric has a blood thinning property as well, which is that moving quality. So it may affect the compound estrogen therapies. It has a mild impact on clotting. So it might increase the risk of bleeding if you're someone that has, certainly if that's someone that you're prone to that, you want to check with your doctor. You should already be checking with anyone who's prescribing your hormones as well. And sometimes it can affect or have interactions with other medications. So turmeric's ability to act on the liver detoxification pathways. I'm getting ahead of myself with my words, so sorry about that. And it can alter the metabolism of those. So ways you can mitigate the risks. Using it in food form usually is great. So you can, if you get it in and it's therapeutic, but not at that super high dose, it can still have a positive effect on the body. And you're eating it within curries or different recipes. That tends to mitigate a lot of the risk. So rather than a high dose of curcumin, you're just using turmeric on its own in food. Just a side note, in order to be activated, have the therapeutic benefit, it needs to be combined with a bit of black pepper and a healthy oil. Another thing you can do to mitigate the risk is timing. So take turmeric at a different time of day than you take your hormone therapy. So that will minimize the interaction. So if you do one in the morning, take the other one in the evening. And that should be enough to, if you're not taking the super high dose, that could be really helpful. And always consult with your therapist, whoever has prescribed it. So hopefully that's helpful. It is an amazing food, really, really beneficial. So I'd say stick to the food form, use it regularly, really helpful for the flow, for movement of energy, supporting that liver system, detoxing, and helping for healthy hormone metabolism and production. If you're not on HRT, definitely look at including it into your diet and your lifestyle as well. So hopefully that was helpful. If you like this, hit like. If you are looking for more information that has this very holistic approach, everything from science to soul, emotions, oils, foods. I do multiple videos every week, and I'm here to support you, transform your experience of midlife and menopause into a really beautiful one, ideally, and one where you're empowered. So thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time and have a beautiful day or evening. Bye for now.